At long last, the final episode in the Supporter Show trilogy. Yeah, this is the last video. I'm gonna explain why. For those of you that want to skip to me answering the remaining questions, though, just skip to this timestamp. Okay, for those of you who are watching, who are a paying monthly supporter of my videos on Sponsors or Patreon, you're probably wondering why I'm suddenly shutting down my pages on these sites and ending this supporter show. I'll save the full long-winded explanation for a text post that I messaged to everyone, but I'll tell you the short version of what happened right now. Ever since I opened these monthly support pages, I end up psychologically treating my 3D videos as a job, since I don't want to take any monthly money without giving something in return. This is why I have the supporter show, along with my mainline 3D videos. Juggling two video series slows me down in both, so it's for the best that I stop the sponsors and Patreon. To make up for the sudden shutdown, everyone who paid me any sort of money on these sites will have their names in the credits of the final wavetro video of 2020. That also goes for anyone who donated money to my PayPal page. I'm going to keep that open for the time being in case anyone else wants to hop in on that too. These single donations will show appreciation for my work while keeping the stress of committing to something monthly off both of you and me. Okay, so about my writing process. Turret says, coming up with scripts for videos seems so difficult to me. I'm really curious if you actively think about new ideas, or do they just magically appear in your head during lunch and you're like, whoa, yeah, that's an idea. Yeah, ideas can get tricky. The best practice is to do both, which is make yourself come up with ideas and write down any that magically appear in your head. If you look on the cover of my idea book, you'll notice that it says, add to me daily. Doing that is probably the fastest way to become a consistent idea maker, because most ideas are actually dog shit. For every finished wavetro video, there's at least 1 or 2 video ideas that died before it, and that's actually pretty low compared to more successful creators. If you sit down, write ideas in a book every single day, no matter how garbage they are, just keep writing 5 to 10 a day, you'll most definitely have some gems floating around in there soon enough. Here, I'll let you in on a few ideas that I killed off. A father and son struggle with math homework. A guy keeps trying to drink water from a water fountain where the water pressure keeps fucking up. Something about Mario Party and party games. Something about Russians dangling off buildings. Something about Twitter gimmick accounts. Something about murder hornets. Something about ants. Giving the stickmen real hands. Giving the stickmen real eyes. A western standoff where 2 cowboys draw fire to win the land rights to Texas 2. Tom Nook's island from Animal Crossing gets hit by an actual hurricane. A bunch of kids huffing Sharpies and vaping cart night in the school bathroom. Wait, actually, never mind. I'm gonna make that one. A father teaches his son how to drive. A kid is looking at a fish in the aquarium at a hibachi restaurant, but the hibachi chef proceeds to yoink the fish and start cooking it in front of him with lots of pyrotechnics. 2 guys are at an ice cream parlor. One orders mint chocolate, and the other guy makes fun of him for eating dessert with mint in it. The second guy then orders something with raisins in it, and the mint guy clowns on him for liking raisins. The video ends when a Giga Chat enters the ice cream parlor, orders mint raisin ice cream, and then throws the 2 guys into the display glass because he can. Here's the ones I posted on Twitter. Duolingo Owl Beatbox Battle. Motivational Lizard 2. A gunfight breaking out at the dance club from Club Penguin, and it's between penguins and turtles, and the bullets are plastic straws. A guy climbs to the top of Mount Everest, and a talking cutout of Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is already there. I already said these 2 already. In fact, this is where I can answer BroFilms' question, because he asks, how many scripts have I scrapped so far? 3. One was a video idea about the literal coronavirus showing up to GDQ to speedrun the game Plague Inc. I scrapped that for being too niche. The second was a video in the same style as No Video Today, a video that continued my weekly schedule while breaking the 4th wall so I could reuse 3D models. That got scrapped because I ended up stopping my upload schedule. The third one was making fun of megachurches and televangelists, but I ran out of material halfway through writing. Keep in mind that I kill most of my ideas before they even get into the writing phase. Most of the idea filtering happens inside the little green notebook. So Turd asked about how turning an idea into a video script happens, and the best I can say for that is that it's a combination of how good the idea is and how well developed your sense of timing and ability to write conversation is. Like writing ideas, writing natural sounding dialogue comes with practice and experimentation. It's easier for me to do this since I've been doing it for years, but also because of one other thing you're probably wondering. Where do I even get ideas? Where do I get examples of natural sounding dialogue? Well, you don't get these things from being in a vacuum, obviously. You get them from your daily life. All ideas ever made are just rehashes of what people have seen in their daily lives, especially with what you watch or play for fun. If you see something really unique, it's not because the idea was made from nothing. It's because that thing was made of even more rehashed ideas from other places. If you want something to be unique, take ideas from the least likely places. For example, you may think that in order to be good at making YouTube videos, you should be only watching YouTube videos. And that's not wrong. You can learn the fundamentals of how to run a YouTube channel and such from that. What makes a YouTube channel really unique, however, is if you bring in inspiration from something different than the thing you're making. My videos are animated, so that means I like watching animation in my free time, right? Nope. I actually watch lots of live action comedy videos and video game streamers in my free time. I get exposed to good and bad comedic timing from Zoomers posting video shitposts on Discord and Twitter. I constantly switch between the YouTube channels I regularly watch to the point of this list on Wikitubia being half outdated, but I don't have a direct interest in watching animation itself. If you ask me what my favorite animated movie is at any given time, most of the time I usually give an answer of something that was released in movie theaters rather than online. I'll keep an exception for Newgrounds though. I like that site. That's a good site. So that's where the main draw of my video style comes from. I like to make videos that would seem better suited for live live action, but then animate them with neutral character designs and then exploit the abilities of 3D animation to further build on the story. That's why I value writing, timing, and directing way more in my videos than actually animating. I'm just not that passionate about art and animating. I just like presenting videos with it. This leads me into the final 3 questions, which are from Bman, The Only James Left, and Cody B. They all ask, what is the hardest part of making your videos? What is the hardest part of learning to make the videos? And what is the hardest project I ever worked on? The answer to all 3 of these questions is everything. The hardest part of learning 3D was that I had no clear end goal to learn everything that I did. I was just constantly lost in a sea of video tutorials until I finally arrived at the stuff I make today. The hardest part about making the videos is actually sitting down and doing the work, because after the initial thrill of any video idea wears off, it gets ridiculously difficult to buckle down and finish the job. I did say that I'm not fully interested in the actual 3D part, I just like making videos with it, but that's exactly where getting ideas from different places backfires on me, because 3D is a very resource and time intensive medium. So much so that it makes the hardest project I ever worked on pretty much everything. Sorry for giving such a vague answer for this one, but I really did want to mention my strained relationship with 3D. I do enjoy the 3D itself, but not as much as I can, since almost everything I make usually also is sharing room with some motive to gain attention on the internet and YouTube. After trying to find a YouTube video format that relies on 3D but not on well-known already established characters and IPs, I finally made the videos you know today, but just know that they're not sustainable. They might not stick around forever, really. I thought they would at the beginning of the year, but what is sustainable is something that I made entirely for fun, something I made while completely isolated and without any YouTube channel before the creation of wavetro, and above all, no incentive to turn into a full-time career. And that was K-Folder. You know, as much as people meme on me for not making K-Folder episode 2, it will happen one day, whether it takes months or years from now. Whatever happens in the future, I just want to thank you for sticking along with me, whether you watch my mainline videos or you liked watching these supporter videos, or if you supported me monthly. Extra special thank you to you. I'm going to try to get back to work for real this time. Take care of yourselves.